Why do people say devolve? Kill fast. Devolve symptoms. Kill fast. Wake up babe. Greenland has an airport. Official Plague Incorporated. Statement. We fully support the building of a new international airport in Greenland. In from the cold. New airport set to open up Greenland. Dad, why are you sad? You see, Coraline. When Endemic Creations devs release a new game, the world ducks up. After Incorporated, can you rebuild civilization? And they did. Once again. We are ducked. Worldwide healthcare systems when literally everyone starts dying all of a sudden for no reason. USA President taken ill. Despite access to the best drugs, the president is ill with brain rot. It is uncertain whether the president can remain in power. People making Plague Incorporated memes of how hard it is to infect Greenland. Me who starts my disease in Greenland. Pathetic. What's new? The Greenland International Update. We live in exciting times. Greenland has just built a new international airport and we released a latest game after Incorporated which looks at what happens after Plague Incorporated. To celebrate, get stuck into the new free Greenland International scenario which sees Greenland finally open up to the world, with predictable consequences. Starting in a populated area like the USA. Starting in Greenland, so you don't have to worry about it later on. Starting in Madagascar, because it's harder to infect than Greenland. There are no healthy people left on Earth. Total organ failure. Something vaccine completed. Vaccine safety established, and regulatory approval gained. Worldwide distribution of the vaccine will begin immediately. Greenland. Let me in. Let me in. Hint ends leaves humanity. The whole world worships Hint as their god and master. Efforts to cure the plague have ceased, and humanity is entering a dark new future as a slave species. Canadians celebrate Hay Herbert Treaty. Canadians celebrate the anniversary of the famous Hay Herbert Treaty which saw Alaska become part of Canada. Americans outraged. I'm inevitable, and I'm Greenland. Me doing a run where I upgrade abilities and transmissions before symptoms. Plague Incorporated players be like, you this game plays fire. Insomnia symptom mutated. Cyphosoma has mutated and developed the insomnia symptom without using DNA points. Devolve. How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man? I bought Greenland and moved it to Africa so it can be infected easier in Plague Incorporated. Breaking news. Tesla stocks rise 300%. Tip, think what would happen in real life. Plague Incorporated is a hyper-realistic model of the world. Plan your strategy and evolve your disease accordingly by spending DNA points. Guys, what the duck? Why is my plague restoring the Achaemenid Empire? With the power of my $15, I can save the world. 0. 1. 56,482. Medical research. $15. Seascape, the state of our oceans. Greenland split over benefits of tourism as territory opens to the world. Direct flights from the US to Newark expected to double next year, but there are concerns about the expected influx. It's up to you to save humanity. In Plague Incorporated, you control the disease that threatens the world. Control the disease. Pandemic danger exaggerated. World health experts announced that a global pandemic only has a 2.5% chance of wiping out humanity. World mourns Hammonby Delt. Hammonby, the world's second most loved gorilla, has died from unknown causes. People not as upset as last time. New minor disease spotted in Philippines. In a normal checkup, a doctor in Philippines found a new disease which has been named panictical. It appears to be mostly harmless, but must be investigated further. No other countries have reported this disease. My plague starts. It's spreading fast. I have most of the world, except for Greenland. Greenland shuts down their borders. Durango genes manipulated. Scientists have introduced synthetic genes into Durango. World Health Organization's researchers say that this breakthrough will help cure efforts. Me trying to figure out why the Nurex worm is a bad guy. Power fantasy. Too easy to be fully enjoyable. Kino. Damn good. Pretty good. Decent. Mediocre. Below average. Not fun. Geez, whoever gave this the green light was on serious crack. Total organ failure symptom mutated. Dandelion has mutated and developed the total organ failure symptom without using DNA points. You get a plane to Greenland. There might be air infected. Panic. You successfully land at Greenland International Airport, and there's no infected. Calm. You land at Greenland International Airport. Panic. Japan shuts down land borders. Japan has become the first country to try to limit the spread of raging rice by limiting access into and out of the country. Time will tell if this will work. Plague simulator game goes viral. Brilliant mobile game Plague Incorporated from Endemic Creations is huge viral success. Gamers worldwide are giving it rave reviews. Yep, what the duck, this thing going on my street. Nanovirus cure on Mega Brutal. Tokyo Olympics mystery. Mystery still surrounds the decision to postpone the Tokyo Olympics. Organizers promise it will happen soon, but no reason has been given for the change. Me starting the plague in Iceland, so it doesn't bother me later. Installed Plague Incorporated. Thought wow, so easy. Why is everyone saying this game is hard? Realized I just played the tutorial. Select a plague type. Bacteria. Most common cause of plague. Unlimited potential. Virus. A rapidly mutating pathogen which is extremely hard to control. Fungus. Fungal spores struggle to travel long distances without special effort. Parasite. Parasitic lifestyle prevents DNA alteration from everyday infection. Prion. Slow, subtle and extremely complex pathogen hidden inside the brain. Nanovirus. Out of control. Microscopic machine with a built-in kill switch. Bioweapon. Exceptionally lethal pathogen that kills everything it touches. Everyone dying in Plague Incorporated. Me vibing to the music. Nurix worm. A manipulative organism that burrows into the brain. Playing a normal game. Playing a game which is about developing a pathogen and eradicating the entire humanity with the most barbaric ways. World ending probable. Deep fried. Cooked as duck. Cooked, not that cooked. Actually helpful, not harmful, to killing people. Not related. Me after losing Mega Brutal Fungus for the 50th time, because my luck is horrendous. Visible frustration. Rabies is a form of rabies. Scientists have announced that rabies is a mutated rabies virus. By building on existing knowledge of rabies, they are confident a cure will be developed rapidly. Once in Plague Incorporated, I had to emergency reduce lethality as my disease killed faster than it infected. With global society already collapsed, no cure could be found. Without lethal symptoms, the last human continued to live 8 more years alone on the planet. Still think of this guy. What gives people feelings of power, money, status, anytime private flights to Greenland? People on Earth right now, oh no, another pandemic. Random alien 14,269 light years away from us beating Cupid 19 on normal difficulty in Plague Incorporated. Something has destroyed humanity. Mindless zombies infected with something have hunted down and consumed the last human survivors. The zombies will decay, and soon the whole world will be empty. I can't infect you without getting closer. Everywhere else on Earth is infected. A week later, people in Greenland. Me waiting for Iceland, Greenland, and Canada to be fully infected. Took 10 minutes of waiting for the other 5 survivors to die, but I finally got one person to live. When you're a young headstrong disease, but you start killing too early, now all of China knows you're here. Crown virus. I fear no man. Crown virus. But that thing. Crown virus. It scares me. Greenland got infected with Crown virus. Plague Incorporated players. Whale sneezes on a woman. Mysterious heart damage, not just lung troubles, befalling Cupid 19 patients. Total organ failure symptom mutated. Crown virus has mutated and developed the total organ failure symptom without using DNA points. Pandemic danger exaggerated. World health experts announced that a global pandemic only has a 2.5% chance of wiping out humanity. Can we listen to something else besides the Nurex Worm Plague Incorporated evolved theme? Top paid games. 1. Plague Incorporated. 2. Minecraft. We did it, boys. Minecraft is no more. For experienced genetic strategists, 67.3% of people wash hands. Doctors work 3 days a week. Sick people ignored. If the word hate was engraved on each hydrogen atom of every strand of DNA within my body, that would not equal 1 billionth of the hate I feel for mega brutal shadow plague at this micro instant. Me spreads my plague to a country, their society, breakdown. Managed to stop my plague's lethality in time for one survivor. This is where the fun begins. Crown virus, Mexico, Iceland, and Monaco record their first cases. You did it. You crazy son of a butch. You did it. Yo guys, we're safe. Don't worry anymore. We got Thakia. When you spend DNA on cold resistance 1 and 2 to survive in Canada, Greenland, and Iceland, allow us to introduce ourselves. New minor disease spreading. In a normal checkup, a doctor in Peru found a new disease which has been named Pax12. It appears to be mostly harmless, but must be investigated further. Other countries are also reporting this disease. Plague simulator game goes viral. Brilliant mobile game Plague Incorporated from Endemic Creations is huge viral success. Gamers worldwide are giving it rave reviews. Parasite with Symbiosis 3B like. I'm the Invisible Man. New worrying disease spotted in Balkan states. A diagnostic team in Balkan states has identified a new disease which has been named BRA2. It is quite severe and must be investigated further. No other countries are reporting this disease. New worrying disease spotted in Colombia. A diagnostic team in Colombia has identified a new disease which has been named gastromiasma. It is quite severe and must be investigated further. No other countries are reporting this disease. Authority collapsed. The world has had enough of your incompetent management of the Pax-19 crisis. You have failed humanity. Oops symptom combo. Sneezing and diarrhea are causing unwanted accidents, lowering productivity, and drawing attention to orange juice. Concern intensifies. Everyone, why are people with crown virus traveling everywhere? Me. Bioweapon and virus on brutal and mega brutal. Me trying to ducking win. When they evolve autophasis and liquefactive necrosis. Okay boomer. New worrying disease spreading. A diagnostic team in Southeast Asia has identified a new disease which has been named coronablight. It is quite severe and must be investigated further. Other countries are also reporting this disease. New worrying disease spotted in Philippines. A diagnostic team in Philippines has identified a new disease which has been named staph. It is quite severe and must be investigated further. No other countries are reporting this disease. Switzerland ensleeves humanity. The whole world worships Switzerland as their god and master. Efforts to cure the plague have ceased, and humanity is entering a dark new future as a slave species. Last 50,000 people realizing that they are locked on a piece of ice with barely any food or water. I've won. But at what cost? When you beat Plague Incorporated, Mr. Worldwide. Nuclear explosion in Central Europe. Huge nuclear explosion in Central Europe has released a vast cloud of radioactive particles. Cause unknown, but location suggests failure or sabotage of nuclear power plant containment systems. New Zealand shuts down land borders. New Zealand has become the first country to try to limit the spread of fungus by limiting access into and out of the country. Time will tell if this will work. Crown virus infects 140 countries. Panic. Madagascar isn't affected. Calm. Greenland got its first case. Panic. Secularism placed on watch list. Secularism has been placed on the World Health Organization watch list. Already dangerous, governments are warned that it could become unstoppable. Greenland confirms first case of crown virus. Did we just lose? Communism to destroy humanity. Communism has destroyed the world despite the world's best efforts. The last few humans know they are watching the end of history. Everyone, mind their own business. The media. COVID-19 placed on watch list. COVID-19 has been placed on the World Health Organization watch list. Already dangerous, governments are warned that it could become unstoppable. More infectious than TB. COVID-19 has infected more people in the world than TB. It is a very infectious disease. Killed more than the bulked out. New statistics show that COVID-19 has killed over 75 million people worldwide, worse than the bulked out. Rash symptom mutated. Raw hell has mutated and developed the rash symptom without using DNA points. Total organ failure. Multiple organ dysfunction syndrome, MOTS, also known as multiple organ failure, MOF, total organ failure, TOF, or multisystem organ failure, MSOF, is altered organ function in an acutely ill patient requiring medical intervention to achieve homeostasis. Tip: parasite disease type. Karen is a parasite. Parasitic lifestyle prevents the player getting DNA points by infecting people. DNA bubbles are the best way to get points. When I just found this subreddit, knowing it'll become my most active one as I'm a huge Plague Incorporated fan. U/Fitus emerges. U/Fitus is a Nurex worm, undiscovered for thousands of years. Now humans have entered its natural habitat and given it the means to spread. When people get infected or die, in Plague Incorporated, in real life. When you play with fungus and you infect Greenland using spores. Corona infects thousands. Corona has infected thousands in China. People are being infected faster and faster. New worrying disease spreading. A diagnostic team in Sweden has identified a new disease which has been named Blitella. It is quite severe and must be investigated further. Other countries are also reporting this disease. New worrying disease spotted in UK. A diagnostic team in UK has identified a new disease which has been named PAX-12. It is quite severe and must be investigated further. No other countries are reporting this disease. Normal people during pandemic. Brazil during pandemic. New worrying disease spotted in Balkan states. A diagnostic team in Balkan states has identified a new disease which has been named COVID-19. It is quite severe and must be investigated further. No other countries are reporting this disease. The whole game prepared me for this. Nuclear explosion in Japan. Huge nuclear explosion in Japan has released a vast cloud of radioactive particles, cause unknown, but location suggests failure or sabotage of nuclear power plant containment systems. New worrying disease spreading. A diagnostic team in UK has identified a new disease which has been named Disease 23. It is quite severe and must be investigated further. Other countries are also reporting this disease. United States of America. January 2020. Plague Incorporated. June 2020. Rebel Incorporated. Top-notch mine opens in Sweden. Miners and crafters look forwards to the opening of a new, top-notch diamond mine which is expected to revitalize the Swedish economy. What if you wanted to win Plague Incorporated, but God said, World Health Organization, treat level increased. World Health Organization raises treat level for your nut due to extremely rapid evolution caused by DNA instability. Authority collapsed. The world has had enough of your incompetent management of the PAX-19 crisis. You have failed humanity. New worrying disease spotted in Sweden. A diagnostic team in Sweden has identified a new disease which has been named H1N1 flu. It is quite severe and must be investigated further. No other countries are reporting this disease. Pestilence begins in UK. Pestilence has infected its first human. Weak but used to cold temperatures, it must evolve using DNA points to infect more people. Me. Could you not mutate? Virus. Me. For 5 seconds? Your nut infects thousands. Your nut has infected thousands in Bolivia. People are being infected faster and faster. iDubbbz enslaves humanity. The whole world worships iDubbbz as their god and master. Efforts to cure the plague have ceased, and humanity is entering a dark new future as a slave species. Karen enslaves humanity. The whole world worships Karen as their god and master. Efforts to cure the plague have ceased, and humanity is entering a dark new future as a slave species. Guys literally only want one thing, and it's fucking disgusting. My virus at the start of the game. Mutations. Me. Not yet, Ferb. What the Area 51 guards see when they open the room they forgot to check after the raid. Get the duck out of my room. I'm playing Plague Incorporated. The fetus eradicated. The disease has been wiped out, but not before it killed a huge number of people. Humanity will recover, but scars will remain. USA President taken ill. Despite access to the best drugs, the president is ill with oral sex. It is uncertain whether the president can remain in power. Deltrated 2 billion people alive. I kill 200 million people in a day. Deltrate when there is under 10 million people. I kill 10,000 people in a day. The boss when you fight it. Bioweapon. Exceptionally lethal pathogen that kills everything it touches. The boss when you unlock it as a playable character. Bioweapon. Exceptionally lethal pathogen that kills everything it touches. World Cup cancelled. The World Cup has been cancelled due to fears over your nut. The president of the US becomes ill. Stalin. Nuke bunker it is.